There we go. Oh, start recording too. Yo, yo, yo. Does this thing work? How I do this? Oh, I forgot to put Jimmy Butler in the title. All right, first stream. Let's get to this money. So the first thing we got on the schedule happens to be talking about Jimmy Butler. Now, Jimmy Butler this offseason, he speculation that him and what's the dude's name? Him and Pat Riley. There you go. Speculation that him and Pat Riley have been beefing. There was that viral clip of basically him telling him that take two. It was basically this viral clip of Pat Riley telling Jimmy Butler to shut the fuck up, play basketball. If you're not on the court for the playoffs, you'll be talking shit, talking trash. And that's a big thing with hoopers too. Like, if you're not guarding the dude, you can't talk trash to them, right? Like, you guarding someone and they're the best player on the other team, don't be the fifth guy on the bench talking trash, right? Like, you don't want to be that guy. Now, that's like an unwritten rule for hoopers. Like, you don't want to be egging on and making the person on the other team that you not guarding, especially, mad. Because if he cooking me, shut the fuck up. If you're not gonna go out there and guard him, shut the fuck up. And I see a lot of pro players say that too. Like when you're guarding a Kobe or guarding like a Melo, don't talk trash if you're not guarding the motherfucker, bro. Because now if he gets angry, goes off for 50, and I'm on the fucking ESPN reel, I'm tight. um, with that being said, I'm pretty certain Jimmy Butler is going to be traded this offseason. It sounds like he's going to be going. I heard Philadelphia was one place. I heard Golden State, but we got this Bleacher Report article here pulled up, and talking about 3 teams trade to land Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors. Now, I seen him trying to go to Philly. I seen that they wanted to give him a max deal. He was already in Philly previously, and I really don't know how that's going to work out with Joel Embiid. I think they were beefing for a little bit, but Jimmy Butler's one of those guys that you can really put him on any team and he'll be fine, right? Like he's one of those guys where he's a workaholic. He's a workaholic. He really is one of those like win a championship motivator guys. One of those guys you love on your team, hate to play against. And I'm pretty sure that wherever he would, you know what I'm saying? Whatever team you put him on, he's going to be beneficial for your team, right? He wouldn't really take away. Unless your team is not trying to win, then he's going to have a big problem. He's going to come to your practice, talk trash, and do a post-game interview with Merchant Nichols after. So, with that being said, turn this down a little bit here. 3-team trade to land Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors. Now, the Golden State Warriors were less than 2 years removed from winning a championship, NBA title, failed to make playoffs this season. And that was actually really sad to see, almost like the inevitable fall off of Golden State. I didn't personally think it was going to happen that fast, right? Like, oh shit. What's my camera? Hello? There we go. I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay. So it was kind of crazy to see the inevitable fall off of the Golden State Warriors. In my opinion, it happened faster than I expected. Right, like I don't think anyone foresaw this happening. Like Klay Thompson falling off the face of the earth, really, I don't think anyone thought that uh Steph played well still. You know what I mean? Draymond had his whole like midlife crisis or some shit, bro. And it's like after the fact, now it's kind of he's kind of like playing it off. People were talking trash about him, but bro, you were really punching niggas in the face. You were really slapping people, kicking people in the nuts. You going on a rampage versus every European player, bro. You put Nurkic in a chokehold. Or was it Rudy he put in a chokehold? You know what I mean? Just unnecessary stuff. And for you to not expect criticism from those kind of actions and that performance is, I'm not gonna say oblivious, but the rings you won and what you did for the league will never mask your actions when you're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And I would have liked to see him apologize instead of acting like he did nothing wrong. I would have liked to see that he owned up to the mistakes and not on a apology tour, but you know what I mean. Like we can't act like you weren't in the wrong there. But it was kind of crazy to see them fall off the big three, and that really goes to show you how special they were. Because even look at Jordan Poole without them, uh, he's on the bench in Washington. Someone in the comments of one of my videos, I forget which video it was, but they were saying that he's playing well off the bench. He found his new role, and I think once Tyus Jones gets out of there, if he gets out of there, that Poole can be back in the lineup, starting the lineup, and hopefully back to his normal self. But yeah, let's see. Golden State Warriors, less than 2 years removed from winning the title, failed to make playoffs this season. With that result, Klay Thompson entering free agency, Steph Curry turning 36, and Draymond coming off of a campaign of road suspensions. Changes could be on the way. We discussed some of the Warriors' options on our offseason preview podcast. Later wrote 2 quick solutions. If Brandon Ingram hits the trade market, I would not expect the Warriors to show interest. If the Heat shot Jimmy Butler, I would expect their conversation to have some degree. I think that'd be a good fit. I don't know how that's gonna work financially, but I think Jimmy Butler's one of those guys, like I said earlier, that he's just a gamer. He's a winner. He's one of those dudes that you would love to have on your team. The deal. Warriors receive Jimmy Butler, Cole Anthony, and Caleb Houston, and the Warriors would lose Chris Paul, Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, Brandon Podzimski? Sorry if I fuck up your name, bro. A first round pick 2025, first round pick 2027, and a first round pick in 2029. That is, I don't know how I feel about that one. Right? The Warriors receive, the Warriors lose. So if I'm Golden State, you get Jimmy Butler, right? But we just ran through what receiving an older player. Hold on, let me close this. This is taking my focus away, honestly. All right. So we just seen what picking up an aging superstar looked like for them. And if coming off an injury, which Jimmy Butler is coming off an injury, right? Same thing with Chris Paul. We just seen what that looks like when you have aging superstars. Now you're pairing an old Jimmy Butler off an injury, which with today's modern medicine and how these players are getting paid to eat the best foods, go to the right trainers, and do all this other stuff, it's like he'll come back healthy next season for sure. But now we're at a risk of re-injury. What did Jimmy Butler hurt? Jimmy Butler. I forget what he hurt this season. Sprained MCL. Oh my god. Yeah. MCL injury. I dealt with that actually, and that shit still lingers to this day. Obviously, I don't have the best trainers in the world, and I don't have multi-million-dollar at my expense, but it still bothers me on a daily basis, to be honest. At 36, shit, I'm 26, and that shit bothers me. Like I was shooting around last night after practice, and it still hurts every now and again. You know what I mean? Like, it still bothers me. We just seen what gaining an Asian superstar looks like for them, and I don't think it worked out. And then you pair him with Draymond. What if they clash, bro? And I think it would take a lot of deep diving, a lot of inside information. Not inside information, but deep diving into what the fuck is the relationship looking like. I don't know. Are they in win now mode? Can Clay come back and be himself, or is he still going to be come off the bench? Yeah, the two young guys, which you're going to be trading one of them. Ah, I don't know how I feel about this one. Honestly, if I'm the Heat, you take this trade for sure, right? Like you're getting Wiggins, you're getting Moses Moody, you're getting a young superstar. I'm gonna say superstar, but a good role player who maybe he can grow and become a you know what I'm saying superstar. You can in that Miami Heat system. You saw what they did with Duncan Robinson and I forget the other white boy's name. But you see what they're able to do with that. Spoelstra's a great coach. They got a great system down there. Pat Riley. They can make average guys superstars. And Andrew Wiggins already showed y'all what the hell he can do. Usually I get him in the right situation, get him in the right mindset, get him going. And I think that he can do that. And then you get 3 first round picks. I think if you're Miami, you love this. Right? If you're Miami, you love this trade. If I'm the Warriors, I'm not too hyped about that. What did Cole Anthony average last year? He's a young, great point guard. But in the NBA, he hasn't found his stride. Basketball reference. I don't think he's too much found his stride yet. Um, da, 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 da. It's been a minute since I've been on this website, bro. 12, 12 a game on 33% from three. He's not a bad point guard, to be honest with you. I'm being keeping it a buck. He's not a bad point guard. But if I'm the Warriors, I'm not jumping out the gym for Butler and Cole Anthony, to be honest. But if I'm the Heat, I love that trade. I don't know if I'm the Warriors, I'm gonna do that trade. Oh, it's a 3 team trade, and the Magic get Chris Paul. I'm an idiot. Cole Anthony is yeah Orlando. I'm tripping. Um, if I'm the Magic, I don't want Chris Paul, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He has injury history, playoff bug, and you have he'll be a great point guard, a great leader, a great vet for what they got going on down there in Orlando. And I think Paolo would benefit from playing with a guy like Chris Paul because Chris Paul is definitely a galvanizer of troops. You saw what he did in OKC. Um, I think Paolo would benefit from playing with a point guard like Chris Paul, who's gonna get you involved. But defensively and almost like injury wise, durability wise, I don't know what you get out of Chris Paul. We'll see. I wish nothing but the best for the man, but if I'm Orlando, I'm not jumping through the roof to lose Cole Anthony in a 1st round pick. But also you're not losing that much, right? I think if I'm Orlando, I do this trade because I think a person like Chris Paul would only benefit my young team. And who knows? Who knows what we'll get production wise out of him? But I wouldn't be going into this trade expecting much. And if you get 20 a night out of him, you're happy as fuck with it. You know. I think all Orlando. If I'm take two. If I'm Orlando, I'm cool with this. If I'm the Heat, I fucking love this trade. And if you're the Warriors, fuck that. All right, the Warriors go all in for Jimmy again. Huh? Oh, 2 team trade. Paul, Andrew Wiggins, Moses. Oh yeah, it's a straight up trade. Straight up trade between the Warriors and the Heat. Without third team, Jimmy Butler, Cole Anthony, Caleb Houston. The Warriors lose literally everything. Or is this or is this going? Huh? This might not open the Golden State title window for long, but it would open it pretty wide. Durability is a concern, but Butler is arguably a top 5 to 10 player. Yeah, I agree. I think he showed y'all in the playoffs why and who the hell he is and what he's built. You know what I mean? Type of guy he is. Um, Playmaking, passing would be a nightmare to cover with Curry and Thompson flanking him. He and Green conform. Oh yeah, defensively. Oh my God, defensively, Butler, um, Butler and Draymond. I wouldn't want to come down the court. Honestly, that's insane. That's a nutty combination between the two. And the only thing I'm worried about is injuries with them. To be honest, Heat reboot. The Heat receive Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, first round pick. God damn, so many picks. I don't think I would want to lose all that. That's insane. Um, yeah, nah, fuck that. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. 1 second. Why does it look like this? Oh, there we go. Put you right there. All right, work. Yeah, nah, I'm not trying to lose all these first round picks. If I'm the Warriors. Magic by Paolo some time. I just don't think it's a good fit. Chris Paul will be good for them, but what the hell are we doing about when he gets hurt? Like, what the hell are we gonna do? Nah, that's nuts. So with that being said, we got this Joel Embiid hate video.
It's official.
And Joel Embiid, me personally, after watching the playoffs and how he performed this season, the injury bug got him again, obviously, but watching them play versus the Knicks in these playoffs this year, a lot of crying. And I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why people don't like Joel Embiid. It's like, yes, you are dominant. Yes, you are that guy. No one can stop you. But something about, same thing with Luka, too. It's like, if you would just complain and cry a little bit less, be a little bit less whiny after every time you get touched. You want to look at the refs. The ref's not going to save you every single time. And my thing about asking for a foul call or complaining with the refs, right? It's like, you can't change it. So you not getting back on defense and you sitting there complaining to the refs, one, you're alienating yourself because now the ref's not fucking with you. Two, ain't nobody trying to see that. I'm not trying to watch you complain. Get back on defense. If I'm coach, bro, come sit your ass down, my boy. You doing too much. Stop complaining. And I even had this problem my first year in Europe. It's like, yes, you may be right. You did get fouled, but you can't change it. The ref's not going to blow the whistle. Bloop, everybody stop. Yeah, he got fouled. Bring it back. That's not possible. It's not happening. So get back on defense. And on the next dead ball, you can pull a ref aside on some respectful shit. You don't gotta upstage. You don't gotta be yelling in his face and stuff. But I think one of the biggest reasons people don't like Joel Embiid is definitely the crying. It's like, bro, you are the biggest guy in the court. You are complaining about every single foul call. I think I didn't enjoy seeing that this season. But we got a video here. We got a video here from Nonstop. Shout out to my guy about why everyone hates Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid is the new most hated player in the NBA. Between the flopping, foul baiting, and dirty play after dirty play, Joel Embiid's likability is at an all-time low.
That is for sure the other thing about Joel Embiid, bro. You cannot be kicking people in the nuts on some Draymond. The dirtiness. And that's another thing that happened in the Knicks series. I'm hoping that he goes over in this video. That's another thing. There were a lot of plays where it was like, bro, you injured the other team. You injured Mitchell Robinson. Like, that made me mad because he had just came back off an injury, and he's so crucial to us. Shout out to Isaiah Hartenstein. Did his thing. I love Isaiah Hartenstein. He's going to get the bag this summer. Deserving so. Huge part off of the offensive rebounds, extra chance points, boxing out versus all these bigs. Definitely one of the biggest reasons the Knicks were able to go as far as they did. 1 second. Yeah, definitely one of the biggest reasons they were able to go as far as they did was Isaiah Hartenstein. And I just don't like when you play dirty. Like, when you hurt other players, that's where the line is drawn. I'm all for playoff basketball, all for the toughness. Oh, shit. All right, there we go. Yeah, like, I'm all for the playoff toughness. I'm all for the playoff basketball, the playing hard. And the refs this year, I enjoyed watching that shit, bro, because they really allowed them to play basketball this year. And that was super fun to watch. And I actually enjoyed this whole playoff series. The regular season, I think they need to make it officiated similarly to how the playoffs were played. Not as, you know what I mean, but more like it. Because it was so much fun to watch every night, every playoff game. And I think most games were close. Even when the Timberwolves got spanked 4-1, every game was close and down to the wire except the last one, where it was like they were just happy to not be swept. But I really enjoyed how the officiating was. And that whole challenge rule, I think that was really good. I think that's healthy for the sport. I think one thing they can tweak is if you win your challenge, you get to keep your challenge. I think that would be a big help in this whole officiating controversy. If you get unlimited challenges because you're right every single time, you shouldn't be penalized for the ref making a mistake and you calling them out and being right for it. I think that's one thing they can tweak. If you're wrong, you lose a timeout, lose a challenge, cool, you're wrong. But if you are right, you should be rewarded for being right. I think that's one thing they can change. But overall, the playoffs were freaking amazing to watch this year.
What adds fuel to the fire is that he's one of the best players in the NBA, and people can't stand it. It's gotten so bad that even at a Sixers home game, the stadium is filled with Embiid chants by rival fans.
I love that.
The Embiid drama is one of the wildest superstar treatments and attitudes we've ever seen in sports. But how did we get here? After he won the MVP in 2023, Embiid was relentlessly slandered for it. Pundits across NBA media and fans argued that Embiid's win over Jokic was a complete robbery.
The only now
Bro,
is one of one.
And my thing about that, I spoke about this in other videos. My thing about that MVP for him in particular goes to the whole like, yo, we giving MVPs because he cried and we thought he deserved it in the past. We didn't give it to him years prior, so we're gonna give it to him now. And then you did the same thing with Jokic. I think his second MVP, it was like, we like the guy. He did triple doubles again. Give it to him. And then you were like, oh shit. But that was the year I thought Embiid should have won it. And they were like, oh fuck, he should have got it last year. Let's give it to him this year. And he cried about it. And he went on his little campaign complaining. And I think he did a lot of media takes, a lot of interviews about that. I think he was definitely one of the very vocal about, hey, I want an MVP. My boy, you should want a ring. And then it goes down to the trickle effect of like what I was talking about in one of my other videos. What does Tatum have to do? SGA this year, what else does he have to do to win a championship? Right? Like, I thought Tatum played out of his mind this year, had the best team in the East. And granted, the playoff was a walkthrough, but you can't take that away from him, right? Like, he's playing who's in front of him. And I don't think we should penalize people because they're being so great for so long. And same thing with LeBron. Like, LeBron, technically, when he was in his prime, could have won it every year. But you get voters fatigue, and you don't want to see LeBron win. It's like, then at the end of his career, you're comparing him to freaking MJ, and you're like, how come he didn't win this many DPOIs? And that's why he's not the greatest. It's like, people got tired of voting for LeBron every year. That's not his fault. He technically could have fucking won every single year. But I'm not a big fan of how we vote. How I don't know. It's tough. Because now it seems like it's a popularity contest, and whoever the voters like, they like. Like Trae Young. Trae Young has been playing out of his mind, low key. His team is not the best, right? But he's putting up better numbers, bro. This man, Trae Young. Sorry to get on a tangent here. Trae Young. 25-10 last season. 25-10 last season. Doesn't even get spoke about. No type of way about being top nothing. Doesn't even get an all-star vote. Doesn't get nothing. He's improved as a passer. His shooting is better. It's like, bro, he shot 37% from three, and he's taking like hella threes. How many threes is he taking a fucking game? On 9 threes a game, shooting 37%, bro, and he's not even getting spoken about because he's just a villain. People don't like him. I'm like, how is that fair? The man is playing out of this world. He's improving as a player. I just don't know. I just don't get how the league is doing their system.
The only MVP to never even make it out of round 2.
Despite his legendary regular season play, Joker was the best player on the 1 seed in the West, while Embiid was the best player on the 3rd seed in the East. Not only that, but the advanced stat nerds were always ready to line up and tell you about how, by almost every metric, Jokic was the superior player.
One of the best passers in the league, he's on pace to pass Wilt Chamberlain with the most assists in a season for a center. Solid MVP to me.
But this came after years of Embiid and Sixers fans calling robbery every time he didn't win the trophy. After basically begging for MVP for over 3 years, Embiid finally got what he wanted. But the trophy he won didn't earn him any respect from the rest of the world. It just fueled more hate. People even accused the league of rigging the vote in Embiid's favor because of racial bias. But this season, it looked like he may have had a real chance to change everyone's minds. Like in years past, Embiid started the 2024 regular season looking like an all-time great. He averaged over 30 points a game, 10-plus boards, and around 6 assists. He also put up 70 in a record-breaking game against the Spurs. It looked like he was once again going to be an MVP frontrunner, and this time, his win would be nearly undeniable. But then, almost like clockwork, Joel suffered a nasty injury. In January 2024, during a game against Golden State, Embiid completely tore his meniscus. He had surgery and was out for 8 weeks, but he returned at the end of the regular season. People thought the Embiid-led Sixers might be ready to make a serious playoff run.
When Joel Embiid came back for the very end of the regular season, I thought to myself, what a warrior. He could so easily have not tried to make it back here. He's got the knee, all that kind of stuff.
But once the playoffs started, Embiid flipped everyone's opinion.
All right, like, bro, what is that? And I think that's why people don't like him right now. Because even in the playoffs, he's doing that shit. You can't be the aggressor on one end, and then when someone touch you, like Capella didn't even, bro, come on. I think I started hating him when it was like watching the game was hard. When every time down the court, he's doing this, and he's falling, and then he hurts Mitchell Robinson, and then he's doing this, and he's flopping. I didn't enjoy that. But you are the most dominant big in the league. Let's be honest. Like, no one is lining up against Joel Embiid and stopping this man. Like, he can shoot the 3-ball. He put the ball on the floor. He's dominant with his back to the basket. He got a post-up, face-up game. Everything you need is a big he got. I just need to stop being a little pussy.
his usual antics. During the regular season, Embiid is known as a hothead serial flopper. But during the playoffs, with everybody watching, that just gets amplified. During the Sixers playoff series against the Knicks, Embiid quickly gained the reputation of being the dirtiest player in the NBA, especially among Knicks fans.
The Sixers got a game. Got a game. Got a game. Okay, great. You got a game. Joel Embiid's the dirtiest player in the NBA, not named Draymond Green.
The NBA has its share of villains. Trae Young, who's a notorious foul baiter. Draymond Green, who's had way too many flagrants to count. And Dylan Brooks, who can't keep his mouth shut. But somehow, Embiid has managed to outdo all three in one playoff series.
But you tell me, what part of Embiid's game last night, from that standpoint, wasn't everything that Draymond Green does? It was dirty, it was repetitive, it was intentional, and it was uncalled for.
Once the series started, the Knicks and the Sixers couldn't even get halfway through Game 1 before the entire arena was chanting,
"Are you pushing me, bro?"
Because fans were frustrated by his play. But Game 1 was just the start. Throughout the series, Embiid caused several controversies.
And you know what's crazy about that? Even the Philadelphia fans weren't backing Embiid and his antics. That's insane to me. Everyone watched, unless you were just the blind stand of what the hell was going on. Embiid, you were out of pocket. Because if you would have got hurt on some shit that someone like that on some take two. If you got hurt on the shit that you was doing, someone did that shit to you, you'd be tight. It'd be all arms up in the it'd be hell breaks loose. You are too big and too dominant and too good of a basketball player to be playing like this. I think it's like the sentiment here. It's like, but you are too talented, too good, too dominant. Shaq would never.
Blatantly dirty play. During Game 3 of the series, while the Sixers were down 2-0, Embiid lost his temper only minutes
Look at
into
that.
the game.
Oh,
He got
come
knocked to
on,
the
bro.
ground by OG Anunoby. And once he realized he wasn't getting the call, he was pissed. OG passed the ball to Mitchell Robinson.
You dead ass?
Well, he became Embiid's new target. While Robinson was going
Look at
for
that.
a layup,
That's so
Embiid
dirty.
pulled his
How
legs
is he not suspended for that? If Draymond said, if Draymond did that, it'd be him out of there. How the fuck can you just do that and nothing happened? The whole league saw this.
down and then pushed him away once he was on the ground. Robinson re-injured his surgically repaired ankle because of what Embiid
come
did.
on,
and
bro.
Robinson's teammates, along with Knicks fans, were livid. The entire Knicks team was ready to throw hands with Embiid, but the refs broke it up before it got too serious.
He deserves
But
ass beat
that's
for
only
that.
one of many times in this series when Joel angered millions of fans in New York. Only one game later, he stepped straight onto Josh Hart's knee at
Like,
the end of
come
the
the
play.
fuck on,
During
my
that same
nigga.
game, he elbowed Jalen Brunson straight in the face. And after all that, he was getting booed out of the arena at a home game.
I'm so glad y'all lost.
You know, I love our fans. I think it's unfortunate, and I'm not calling them out, but it is disappointing.
Disappointing? What's disappointing is you doing all this nonsense, bro. Like, if you would have told your MCL again, your ACL again, or whatever the fuck else you got going on with your injury-prone ass, you'd be tight. Bro, you cannot do what you did and justify it. And then when your fans don't support the bullshit you was doing, be disappointed in them. Like, nah, bro, you was in the wrong. You was.
You know, obviously, you got a lot of Knicks fans, and they're down the road and never seen it. And I've been here for 10 years. Yeah, you know, kind of pisses me off.
Of course, being booed at home is nothing new for a Philadelphia sports athlete, especially for Embiid, who is a notorious playoff choker, which is just more fuel for the hate fire. Embiid has been in the league since 2014.
I love
He didn't
Philly
play his
fans.
first game until 2016.
Philly fans are hilarious.
Injured.
I love
He's been
Philly
to the
fans.
playoffs 7 times since,
Goat
but
tier
somehow has
fans.
never taken the Sixers to a conference finals. The closest the Sixers have ever gotten during the process was in the 2019 playoffs, and we all know how that turned out.
That's tough. Yo, that is
Back
so
then, people
tough.
spread the blame around the team. But Joel has never consistently performed at an elite level in the postseason when it matters the most. In his playoff career, Embiid has failed to make a shot in the fourth quarter 21.2% of the time, meaning that in his 59 total playoff games, Embiid couldn't make a single bucket during the fourth in 12 of them. But instead of working on improving his clear postseason falloff, Embiid has reverted to screaming at refs when he doesn't get his way, flagrant fouls, and flopping every single chance he's gotten. During a pivotal point in Game 4 of the Knicks series, the Sixers are down 2-1 overall, and it's the fourth. The Sixers are down 4 points in the game, and there are 24 seconds left on the clock. The team gets the ball to their guy, Embiid. He's set up for a wide-open mid-range shot, but he doesn't take it. Instead, he tries to draw a foul, which doesn't work in his favor, and the Sixers lose the game, bringing the series to 3-1. Of course, Embiid was upset, and he never hesitates to share when a call doesn't go the Sixers.
But my thing, you didn't play. That was, everyone can see. It didn't take.
He's set up for a wide-open mid.
Bro, you are wide the hell open right here. This is a pre-game warm-up jump shot from a spot that you probably taken 1,000 times this week. Like, you gotta shoot that and make it. But instead, I bet on film they were flaming him. Like, if I'm coach, we talking about this right now. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm coach, we gonna have to discuss this, because where's the confidence in your jump shot? You gotta shoot that with a lot of confidence if you are a star player. You gotta shoot that shit, make it, and let's get a stop. We got a foul probably. I can't see the clock. What's 27? Yeah, 27 seconds. So you make this jump shot, we foul, we played a free throw game. I think we get money. Or I don't know how much they got. But you make this jump shot, we get a stop. We got 3 seconds. Nah, I'm probably foul. I'm probably playing a free throw game, if I'm being honest. But you gotta make that jump shot. That's the first step. Regardless of what the hell the game plan is. And the coach staff can do what the hell they want with that. But you gotta make that jump shot. But instead, you jump to the basket.
Range shot, but he doesn't take it. Instead,
looking for a foul, they get out of the way. Look. Brunson and OG Anunoby get out of the way. You looking for a foul. Josh Hart's boxing out. Who's that underneath the basket? Precious or OG? You by yourself, even right here. Why are you going reverse? If you don't go up on this, fine, he's standing there, right? I'm not a 7-footer. I don't know how tough that is. But in my opinion, if I'm 7 foot tall, I'm banging on this nigga. I'm only 6 foot. If I had a foot taller, bro, I wouldn't be on this stream right now. Let's be real. Bro, I don't know what it's like being 7-footer. I don't know what it's like. But you're going to have to finish this. Even if you go for the reverse lay, you got to finish that. You're looking for the foul rather than trying to make the bucket. That's a lot of players get into that mindset and that trap. You got to make that, regardless of gender. You got to make that. Right? Okay. Boom. He jumps across, right? I can't really see here with this angle. I can't really see. But you have the left hand lay. You go for the tougher reverse lay. You missed it. And you mad at the ref for not bailing you out. And that's the same thing that happens with a lot of superstars. Like Luka's falling to this. Shout out to Kyrie for keeping this man on track, keeping his mind right. But like, you get all these calls so much in a regular season. You get so used to getting every single call that you fall into these like, oh, I'm gonna get the call. And then when you don't get the call, you mad. You want to injure the other team, bro. Like that. And then you want to understand. You don't understand why people don't like that. Like, bro. First of all, to take the mid-range. Second of all, make the layup. Third of all, you didn't do all of the above, and now you want to blame the ref. Blame yourself.
A foul, which doesn't work in his favor, and the Sixers lose the game, bringing the series to 3-1. Of course, Embiid was upset, and he never hesitates to share when a call doesn't go the Sixers' way. Game 2 of the series ended with a controversial no call on Tyrese Maxey, and Embiid thought it was unacceptable.
I mean, Tyrese got fouled, a couple times. We just had the same thing happen against Miami with Tyler Hero. That's just unacceptable to, put us in that situation.
That's a god-awful mindset. And I'm sorry to keep pausing, but that's a god-awful mindset. The refs did this to us. You cannot blame the refs, bro. And I think as I get older, I realize it's like, referees are not perfect. They're not going to make mistakes. There are some bad refs out there. There's some good refs that you like that give you all the calls. Right? When you win, you don't mind the refs. But this whole victim blaming thing is no one as a fan wants to hear their best player, the superstar player, play victim blame, all the refs, woe is me. And especially not Philly fans. A damn sure not Philly fans don't want to hear that bullshit because they are tough people. They're tough crowd. Fuck with Philly people. They're like New York. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Philly. They don't want to hear that.
Unacceptable.
And you wonder why you're getting booed.
Crybaby mentality even worse is that one game later, the Sixers took their first game in the series. Embiid scored a whopping 50 points, his highest scoring playoff game of all time. But nearly half of all those points came from 19 free throws made on 21 attempts, more than the entire Knicks team combined. Game 3 was the only game in the series in which the Sixers had a definitive victory over the Knicks. And it was the game where Embiid, the notorious flopping free throw merchant, took the most free throws he would through the entire series. In hindsight, this game just fed the narrative of the haters who say that if Embiid isn't going up to the line 15 plus times a game, he cannot win. Embiid revealed after the game that he had actually been diagnosed with Bell's palsy before it started because of his performance despite the problem, but by the time the next game rolled around, people already didn't care again and were calling it just another excuse.
I mean, I don't know exactly what happened, but obviously I guess that's a normal thing. I think he started the day or two before the Miami game, and I had, bad migraines.
And back to my point, Philly fans don't want to hear that. No one wants to hear that. We don't want the excuses. Oh, well, it's me, and then the crybaby, and then all the antics. No one wants to hear that, bro. You're supposed to be the most dominant big. You want this MVP award. No one wants to hear all these excuses.
Thought it was nothing, but usually I don't like to check it out, but for some reason I ended up, having to tell, somebody, and
social media is a crazy
that's
drug.
why the Miami game, it was just, my body was just, I was just not feeling it.
The only other game the Sixers won in the series was a miracle, and it had nothing to do with Embiid. During Game 5, Tyrese Maxey had a 4-point
he
play
went off,
followed by a 3-pointer from the logo.
When Maxey did these heroic shits that game, I was like, yeah, they need to build around him. Honestly, if I'm Philly, I low-key want to trade Joel. You gonna get the max value for him right now, and you build around Maxey, son, because that kid is fucking disgusting. He saved that game for them single-handedly, and I was a little worried. Not even gonna lie. I said, damn.
Forcing a Game 6.
What?
What
In
the refs
overtime?
didn't notice is that Maxey traveled on the 4-point play that kept the Sixers alive. So, only 3 games after complaining about a foul changing the outcome of another, Embiid's hope of finally achieving playoff success were kept alive by a bad call in his team's favor. But that didn't matter.
He didn't complain
after
then.
all of Embiid's dirty play and all
Look
the
at this
complaining,
nigga.
the Sixers lost in Game 6 against the Knicks, with Embiid
Good.
fouling out at the end of the fourth once again. When you compound all of Embiid's nonsense during this playoff series with his normal regular season antics, it all comes together. And you get a man that any NBA fan outside of Philadelphia is sick and tired of seeing. He's a super talented superstar, but he is incredibly frustrating. In only one series, he's managed to become the most hated basketball player in New York, over Trae Young, even though he loves the city and its people. Or at least he did.
I just love New York, and then the fans, when you play against a team, they're always going to pick that guy, and they seem to have things, which is fun. I love it. If I gotta be the punching bag, and you hear a lot of, FMD, that's okay. I love it.
With the series ending, Embiid approached Jalen Brunson and congratulated him on the win, but the damage with fans was already done. The process started 10 years ago. All the Sixers have to show for it is a couple of trips to the playoffs and 0 chips. Embiid is running out of time to show the world that he really is.
Ain't that crazy?
The Sixers put all their faith in a player.
Ain't that crazy? I'm already subscribed, bro. You already know. I'm like the video for you. Ain't that crazy though? Like, the process was 10 years ago. That's kind of insane to think about. The process was 10 years ago. Ben Simmons, he another one. I made a video about Ben Simmons before. We'll probably go over that in a future stream, future video. But Ben Simmons himself too. The process was 10 years ago. Time flies, bro. And they definitely have nothing to show for what conspired over the years. That's crazy to think about. I didn't even think about how long ago that was. That was actually 10 years ago. Insane. Where the hell were you 10 years ago? 10? 16? I was in high school? Damn. Shit. All right. Moving on. Anthony Edwards, right? Anthony Edwards. He showed us a lot this year. And I think it's refreshing to see how someone like him is able to make an impact on the league already. I think it's very refreshing to have someone with that mindset, with that dog in him. You know what I mean? I think that's why everyone gravitated to him. But oddly enough, within the same postseason, people started hating on him, which I found so weird, so strange. By the end of the Wolves losing to the Dallas Mavericks, people turned on him so fast. Everything they were praising him for in the season, the series prior, they literally ridiculed him for it in the next postseason, as if he's not going against Kyrie and Luka. Kyrie championship, one of the best basketball players to walk this earth, and Luka, who is one of the best players in the league right now. It's really just Anthony Edwards by himself. He's 22. I don't think he should have I don't think he should have got ridiculed as much as he did. I think he did. He performed way past expectations. I think it was very nice to see. I don't think people should be hating him right now, in my opinion. But with that being said, when they did praise him, they were calling him the next MJ. Now, Michael Jordan, I don't know if he spoke out about this, but people are so quick to compare players. I think it does the player a disservice. And this is a social media thing. This is a Twitter fingers. People at home on their couch, never played a sport before thing. Everyone has an opinion now. Everyone has the ability to speak up, and everyone thinks they're professional, and everyone has a voice now, which cool. But for y'all to not appreciate Anthony Edwards for who he is and how he is alone, I think you do him a disservice. You do any player a disservice when you compare them to one of the greats. Like, you're really comparing him and holding him to a standard that literally no one else can achieve. Right? Michael Jordan, best player to ever walk this earth, most influential. He's the GOAT, in my opinion, for what he did for the sport and the way he was able to, even to this day, still be influential on Black culture, basketball culture. I think LeBron is 1B. He's very up there, different style. It's all about preference, but I'm not one of these people who are blindly gonna say that it's not close, right? Like, LeBron's, in my lifetime, the greatest player I've ever seen with my eyes, as far as just everything he does with basketball. But when you compare players to the greats, and they're doing this with Bronny as well, you don't get to appreciate the player for themselves. You start to knock them for not being the first or second best player to ever walk this earth, and that's not fair, in my opinion. But I will agree with the mindset, the style that he plays. He looks like Michael, today's age Michael Jordan. Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan comparisons have reached a fever pitch with the Minnesota Timberwolves taking a 2-0 lead. This was back then when I pulled this article. I mean, stylistically, there might be. I think there's a long way to go in terms of championship level sustainability and all that. But the confidence is there, the swagger's there. It's all real. I can tell you that 100% real, and that's come from a coach who sees him every day. I agree. I think he has that swag. He has that mindset, that dog. He's very likable as a person. He's funny. And he's a great hooper. I think those are all the qualities you need to be a face of the league. And I think when the torch is passed, he's going to be one of those guys that is one of the face of the leagues. If he wins a ring, if he's able to get back to the playoffs every year, I think the Timberwolves have a lot of roster moves to make. I think they do move Cat, and I think just because of how much they pay to get Rudy, it's going to be hard to stomach that L. And you're kind of in a win now mode now that you got your superstar and he's blossoming. You don't want to waste his prime or waste the come up. So I think moving Cat is a tough move, but he's probably the most valuable piece you have that you can move. I think realistically you want to move Rudy and keep Cat, but I don't know if that's something that's possible with how much was given up to get him. I think it's tough because back then, like this time, this is a fucking lot for Rudy Gobert. And I don't know how we got to this point. I really don't. And I probably never will understand what the hell Timberwolves were thinking. But you lost Malik Beasley, Pat Bev, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt. Bro, 4 good players. These motherfuckers are on teams or have been on teams or played. 4 players. Just that alone for Rudy is crazy. Right? 4 players. If you would have just told me it wasn't 5 picks on top of it, you would have just told me 4 players for Rudy Gobert, I would have been you crazy as hell. You are out of your mind trading these 4 guys for Rudy Gobert, who averaged double-double, yeah. What, 15 points, 14 boards? Okay, cool. But he's playing in Utah. That's the same thing. When you play for a bad team, you got to evaluate the numbers a little bit differently because, bro, 4 players and 5 first-round picks is crazy. And I think that will be the thing that holds back. I think that will be the thing that holds back the Timberwolves moving forward. I think if anything's gonna hurt them, it's the lack of the future because you have this core of potential, but you don't have the assets to keep building and improving like the Boston Celtics did. The Boston Celtics probably did it the most lucrative way, but they did it the right way, in my opinion. They have, and even to this day, they have so many picks. They can keep building and building and building, and that's how you sustain greatness. On top of having your superstar play out of his mind, Jaylen Brown rose to the occasion. Now he's playing out of his mind. You have this core of guys, and even without Porzingis, don't forget that they got Porzingis. Now Porzingis is going to be another addition to that team where it's insanely cool. Because he in himself is a fucking great player that they didn't even have last series, and they walked through fucking the Eastern Conference with him being hurt for the majority of it, right? Well, I forget when he got hurt, but goddamn. One of the things that really great about coaching Ant though is that he's still very honest with you and tell you what he doesn't know, tell you what he needs to get better at. His self-awareness is very high, and that is so refreshing because I try to be that same way, but it's so refreshing when you get to play with a guy who's so talented, but he's humble and he's not arrogant, cocky, out of this world, like fucking annoying to be with, not stuck up, not I'm better than you. He's young, he wants to get better, he's humble, he works very hard. Love that. Would love to play with a player like that. Love to have a player like that on my team. Any team probably would love that. Moving on, that was apparent from early on. I remember going to the very first playoff series against Memphis. I think he had 36 in game 1 against Memphis. And you know how a young player is going to react. Some players take years to try to figure out in the playoffs. But it's not been that case for him. He's bigger than the game. The more he actually relishes. Sometimes with Anthony, it's harder to get him revved up and focused on a game in February on a Tuesday night. Those are some of the challenges when it's hard to motivate himself. Yeah, the regular season's tough. I think the NBA has this problem altogether, though. I don't think it's just like Anthony Edwards thing. I think it's a league-wide problem, which is why they added the play-in tournament. I think it's a problem with the NBA as a whole, even like the All-Star game. Like, it's hard for these guys to want to play in the regular season because there's nothing. That competitive fire, that thing that makes you tick is the playoffs, right? The biggest stage, the highest competition, trying to be the best of the best. Some people are built like that. Some people aren't. On the opposite side of Anthony Edwards, you have a Ben Simmons who just wants the bag, doesn't really care about playing, never really cared about playing, did what he had to get to a goal, and that's all fine and dandy, right? But as far as winning championships and loving basketball, like how we want our players to, some people have that dog in them, and some people just don't, right? Some people love the game, and that's with anything, even your job at home. Some people love their jobs, and it shows in their work ethic, how they interact at work. If you go to a McDonald's and that motherfucker loves making McDonald's fries, loves flipping burgers, loves to drive the window, you immediately feel that when you go up to the freaking the order thing and how may I help you? It's like, oh, this is refreshing, because every other time I went to McDonald's, just, yeah, what the fuck you want? You know, you can feel it, even in your workplace, who loves their job, who loves doing what they do. And some people got it and some people don't. And I think it's a big thing, a big problem with the NBA is when you pay a lot of these guys multi-million-dollar contracts, it's hard to stay motivated to get better every night. When you're 22 and you're living in Miami, let's just say, for example, you got $50 million in your Chase account, you made it, bro. Like, and most people will never see that kind of money or that kind of fame or that kind of notoriety. You made it. Like, you got it out the mud from wherever hood and wherever bad situation you was previously in. $50 million in your Chase account. You living at Miami in a penthouse beach. You got, hoes out there. You made it. Your dream, you made it. You have to really be a special type of player to love basketball at that point, right? Like, and any advice someone gives you, what they gonna tell you other than be smart with your money, right? What they gonna tell you? Hey, you need to do, you're fucking up. I got $50 million on my Chase account. Do you see my house? You see my crib? You see this car I got outside? You see these chains? What do you mean I'm fucking up? You know what I mean? Like, as far as someone like Ben Simmons, bro, he came from Australia. Like, yo, you made it. You're a household name in America. You got you a couple awards. You got millions of dollars out the ass. You got all this off the court stuff. You at the Met Gala. You made it, bro. Who am I to say that, yo, you need to play basketball more serious? Unless I'm a fan of that team, which, shout out to the Nets, because I would be pissed. But in real life, think about it. Like, it takes a certain kind of guy to freaking have all these things and still be locked in on basketball, getting better every day. It takes you gotta really love the game and be wired like that. It takes a special combination of, hey, athletically gifted, hard work ethic, a little bit of luck, and just a drive to get better. It takes a lot. That's why we don't appreciate what LeBron has done over the past 20 years, because we keep comparing him to MJ. And I think a lot of people get misconstrued about, like, what he done in the time he did it in too. Like, everyone's getting canceled. For LeBron to be able to do it for 20 years, how he did, not get canceled, not one controversy. The worst thing he did was freaking televise fucking his trade to Miami, and people still hate him for that. But it's like, in the social media area, if Michael Jordan had social media, it'd be a whole different conversation. He would not be some of y'all goats, I swear to God. Some of the shit that he was doing, if LeBron would have did, bro, if LeBron would have been smacking teammates, oh my God. Oh, the type of shitty person Michael Jordan was, if we had social media back then, it'd be a whole nother fucking story. So I really think that we don't do LeBron enough justice for what he's done over the past 20 years. But yeah, I think Anthony Edwards, looking forward to what he does for the rest of, his career. I think he's going to be one of them ones. I think he already is one of them ones. He's shown you flashes already. And I think we have a lot to look forward to. I think there's a lot to look forward to with that man. I'm super excited to see him take over the league, how he has. Moving on. So the WNBA. As a male hooper myself, I take it upon myself to support my female hoopers, my sisters of I don't know what you want to call it, but I think the NBA is in the right direction with supporting WNBA. I think they've been deserved a little bit more than what they've gotten. I think it's a long time coming. I think Caitlin Clark has played a big part in what is going on right now with them. Now the WNBA is getting more eyes. People are going to games. People are watching. They got a little bit more money coming in. I think the WNBA did Caitlin Clark a disservice by I don't want to say they gotta let her be great, but like I think they're losing some of the buzz that they were able to pick up with her in the college. I think they're losing that by her being on the worst team in the WNBA. And they not doing her no justice by trying to hurt the damn girl. I'm pretty sure there's a compilation out there of Caitlin Clark getting messed up. They are beating her ass. We got females trying to kill Caitlin Clark, bro. They don't like her. And I think as a league, you got to embrace her because she's already done so much for that league. And y'all trying to hurt this girl. And the league, I'm not saying to rig it in her favor, but you got to treat her like a superstar and give her some superstar calls, bro. You got to make Caitlin Clark average 30. Like, that would be the best thing for the league, right? Like, if Caitlin Clark goes to the W and she's exciting and she's making... Oh, snap. What I did? Oops. Hold up. My bad. First stream. But I think if she goes from college, all that buzz, and she gets to the W, and she's able to carry over that buzz to the W, and her team is great, and she's averaging 30, it's fun to watch, a lot of highlights, people going to games. I think that's how you grow the league. Because now, I'm not too sure, but I'm not too sure. Oh, she having 17. She's not doing bad. She's not doing bad at all. I think the problem is that they are losing. It's not fun to watch a superstar player just lose. What their record is. She's 6 foot. God damn. What's their record? 1-8. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not saying rig games. I would never advocate for rigging games because the WNBA is a respected league. Yada yada yada. All due respect. But you cannot have the most famous player in your league be 1-8. That is beyond rough. Because now the narrative is something totally different. And I know all the females who are already in W have this pride about them, right? But y'all don't have to slander Caitlin Clark like y'all doing. She kind of is like doing a lot for y'all league. And even the sport as a whole. Y'all on charter planes now. Y'all playing in actual stadiums. All because of the hype from a girl in college. That's nuts to think about. It's like a high schooler making your sport better. Like, that's a lot to think about, right? But one player who is in the W is not talked about nearly enough. Arike. I can't say her last name. I don't want to disrespect. This girl can hoop her ass off. So we're going to watch a little bit of this before we get out of here. I think one of the most underrated, she's not underrated by any means. Not spoken about. I think is the better better term, because the WNBA, let's be honest, no one was watching a few years ago, and that's as sad as it may sound. I recently, I think the past 2 years, I've been following the W, and Enrique, she's a bucket, certified bucket. So we gonna watch a little bit of highlights.
Wings throw it away. Enrique with 13 to shoot.
Oh, excuse me, late. Now, for all intents and purposes, there are some female hoopers out there who really can fucking hoop. I say this all the time. I'm a big advocate of put some respect on female names, right? I'm a big advocate of that. Enrique will give you buckets, bro. She'll probably give you 20 and pick up.
Okay. Comes up with a steal. The outlet pass to Smith just a bit behind her.
Ooh, pull up. Split it.
And connecting. It's a 5-0 burst from Enrique Ogunbowale.
McBride, three-pointer.
Oh, rebound me.
And here's
Push the break.
Going the other way, streaking for Dallas.
Oh, excuse me. The left.
Defense,
Oh, what was that? Pull up. What the hell? Broke her ankles and then, oh my God. What was that?
Make it really hard for Dallas to let her go.
Oh,
maybe
come here.
there's a chance.
Absolutely.
She
lives in Dallas.
Now everybody be saying, everybody be talking about, oh, they don't be dunking and they're not athletic or it's not. But it don't matter, my nigga. Y'all watch college games, y'all watch high school games. It don't matter. If these women were out there dunking and the rim was, people saying the rim should be 9 feet so they can do more cool. No, that is not, bro. These women be out here hooping. Put some respect on their name, because Hezzy, pull up three, if that was somebody else that you like in the NBA, you all hype and shit. But when it comes to women, y'all know how it's hype. We have to put some respect on their name. And I'm here as a hooper to advocate for our females. I hope y'all are too. Do my part. Oh my, and one. Tell me she's not a knight, bro. Oh, oh, oh my God, come here. Oh my God. Come on. And nothing over there. Come on. Oh, give me 3. Like y'all talking about Caitlin. There are women in the W who are already like nice. So I'm here to do my part, put respect on their name. Everything's nice. Oh, come here.
Dangerfield with the rebound. She'll outlet to Ogunbowale.
Oh, step. Oh, come on. Footwork. Oh my God. Oh, you locking me up? It don't matter. Fuck off me. It don't matter. Fuck off me. It don't matter. You locking me up. Oh yeah. Come here. Running the break. Oh. Oh. Oh, give me that. So weak ass ball handling. Lay me.
At the next dead ball is after the
Oh.
turnover. It's Dallas basketball.
Ref. Thank you. She can't guard me, ref. What's she talking about?
Shot clock is 7.
Oh, rip 3. Oh, lay. Oh, come here. Big body. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean?
He does it very, very well. So well. I mean, how could we not have him read the promos with that kind of execution?
Oh, come here, little girl.
It's getting thick in here.
Come here. Come here. Y'all tell me y'all wouldn't be hyped live watching this? Like on my mama, if I was in the US and I can go to these games, especially in Dallas, oh my God, bro.
change up their defenses, which bothers Dallas, and they can't find that rhythm and flow.
I'm not saying every WNBA team is starting to watch, but certain players in the W is like, bro, they're nice.
With the contact, looking for the foul.
Looking for the foul? Oh, give me that weak ass pass. Watch out, little white girl. Excuse me. Watch out.
She looked up, saw three, and knew it was all her.
Oh, come here. Heat check.
And there it is. That's what we came for tonight, right? Jewel Lloyd on one end, Agumbawale on the other.
Agumbawale, that's what you said. Agumbawale. Bro, that's good defense. It does not matter. That is so tough.
Just try and get some momentum going into the locker room.
Come here. That's tough. That's a tough three. That's a tough three for a man. Like, bro, I don't care what y'all talking about, bro. That's a tough shot. She's nice. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Come the fuck here! You telling me you wouldn't be lit watching this shit live? My bro. Snatch! Come here! That bitch doing a stinky. She doing a nay now, mother. Come here. My god. Oh, give me two. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take that. Oh, let me get that. Get a ball up. Get it all up, girl. Thank you. Lay.
Coach,
like, bro,
all different levels, 30 years of experience.
I'll put money on.
For the first time as a head
I put
coach.
money on Enrique giving 90% of my viewers buckets in a 5v5. No kids. No glaze either.
Looks like she's coming out with a vengeance to start this third.
Y'all want to watch Caitlyn? Y'all need to be watching some of these.
Struggles from three continue. Here's Sabali ahead of the pack.
Pass. Oh. The pass! Oh my god! Snatch! Oh, and oh, the pass. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't Nescu, she nice too. I gotta make a video for the Nigger Liberty. We'll do it in the next stream.
Here is Enrique. They had a switch with Shepard. Kalani Brown, the recipient.
They just kind of get something going instead of anything.
Oh my!
Good pass inside the feed and the bucket there. Timeout, Seattle.
Oh my God!
Again, Diamond Miller not in the lineup, but on the bench for Minnesota.
Come here.
We'll get an update in just
Good D.
Rejection by Enrique.
The leading scorer in Division I this season with Villanova.
Oh, step back. Give me three.
Star at Lord's High School in Poughkeepsie has a Kumbawale.
Come on.
Oh.
Sparks now 0 of 9 from beyond.
That's nutty. Oh, push cross lay with the inside right hand. Oh my God.
5 assists. Seattle back up by 1.
Lay. That's tough.
Floater, a little too hard. Shot to Sabali, pulls down her rebound. She's got a double-double.
She's pushing the break by herself. Oh my God.
Dallas has played with more patience in their half-court offense. So
Oh, double team? It don't matter. Double team, it don't matter.
In their half-court
You need more
offense
defenders.
so far this half.
Her step back kind of fire.
Draw the defense and then get a higher percentage.
Oh my lay, English off the glass.
Long night for the Dallas Wings.
I'll give it back. Yep. Pull up. Ah.
Here's a Gumbawale crossover.
Lay through traffic. Oh my God. And one. Oh my God. Get a ball up. Thank you. Post work. Bro. And in this mix, we've seen defense, we've seen passing, we've seen footwork, step back threes. We seen lays. Come on, bro. We got to support our female hoopers. I'm going to just do my part. You feel me? But we're going to get up out of here. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for tuning in. And for anyone tuning in as the stream is posted on the channel, thank y'all for watching. First stream, more to come. Probably get some videos out of this. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. And as always, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all.